Good morning. I'm Sharad Joshi. I'm the CEO of Bayou Surgical. I'm here to talk to you about a persistent problem within minimally invasive surgery. Very often, surgeons conduct surgery and they have impaired vision. Most of you are aware of the nomenclature, but let me go over a few terms. Minimally invasive surgery includes laparoscopic surgery and robotic surgery. And in laparoscopic surgery, the surgeons hold the instruments in their hands and they work through a trocar or a port to perform the surgery. And in robotic surgery, there's a motorized robot that moves with the instruments as the surgeon instructs them. The surgical instruments and cameras are inserted through that trocar to perform the surgery and also to create visibility. The body cavity is filled with carbon dioxide so that the surgeons have space to perform the surgery. And laparoscopic cameras are inserted in through those ports. And they have to stay very close to the surgery in order to see. And very often, there's a lot of spray of blood, fat, and tissue. So modern surgery is becoming more high-tech, but it's still with this persistent problem that surgeons can't see. Now, in this case, an instrument has actually nicked a blood vessel, and there's blood everywhere, including covering the laparoscope. This is a worst-case scenario, and it's a very big safety issue for surgeons, and the fear of many surgeons. While there have been many advances in laparoscopic surgery and in high-tech video, very little has been done to clear the scope without a lot of work. The standard of care today is that surgeons will have to remove the scope from the body in a warm body into a cold room, wipe it with a battery-operated device that helps clear them with a solution, and then they stick it back into a cold room, back into a warm body, where refogging can happen, and very often it gets resoiled by going through that very same dirty valve. Now, this standard of care today is beyond 17.2 million procedures every year. Now, this lack of visibility has been studied in the literature extensively. The studies show that 37% of the time, laparoscopic surgeons are performing surgery on a patient without being able to see. And because it's that much more difficult to disengage a motor of a robot and re-engage it, they suffer 53% of the time in robotic surgery. This takes up a lot of time in operating rooms, and that translates into a lot of cost for the operating rooms. And it's been estimated that it's between $800 and $900 per procedure of cost, of soft and hard costs. Now, our solution is cleaning the scope without having to remove it from the body and reinserting it. Our device is built right into the trocar, where the surgeon just gently pulls the scope slightly back into the trocar, and a light sensor is activated, and it bursts with a dry CO2, surfactant, and saline mixture, and cleans the scope instantaneously. Now, this is our device being used at a robotic procedure at UCLA Medical Center, not that far from here. The trocar wash in action, gently pulling it back, and it happens so quickly, 0.3 seconds, happens so quickly, I have to put the video on repeat. So the trocar wash system is truly unique. It has automatic activation, so there's no foot pedals for the surgeon to work with. It works with, thanks to our specialty mixture of surfactant and saline and that dry CO2, it works with not only fog, but also works with blood and fat tissues as well. There's no additions to the scope, so the surgeon doesn't have to change the approach that they take when they use our technology. And of course, our technology is compatible with all the scopes and sizes. So, trocar wash is the best in class. We are FDA cleared. We drive better procedure outcomes. We're operative cost efficiency for the operating room. And we eliminate this major frustration that has been persistent in surgery for a long time. We have over 24 issued and pending patents, and we're capable of integration with robotics and AI. And essentially, we're a razor blade model. Whereas on the right-hand side, you can see a reusable control unit that gets used for hundreds of procedures, and then a single-use disposable that's used for each procedure in terms of a trocar and a tubing set. So the total available market is quite extensive here. Based on already approved VACs that we have at hospitals, we estimate our total available market to be about $4.5 billion in laparoscopic surgery and close to 1.75 or 750 million in robotic procedures. Robotic procedures actually grew at 17% last year, taking away space from open procedures and laparoscopic procedures. Now, our customers are laparoscopic and robotic procedures in general surgery, thoracic, and OBGYN specialties. We typically focus on surgeons that do more than 200 procedures a year. And we also work in a wide variety of sizes, and we will enjoy margins and volume anywhere from 71 to 85%. Our channel, we've already established very many reference sites, and we'll be focusing on hospitals that do more than 2,000 MIS procedures a year through a direct sales model and a distribution network in less populated areas. Now, from a clinical standpoint, we've proven this technology in all the major target procedures. And we've even conducted a study showing improvement in visual edge detection driven by computer simulation. Now, we have significant advances over the competition. Cypher and ClearCam are devices that require an extra sheath that goes on top of the laparoscope and then therefore has to fit inside the trocar. Very often, surgeons have to modify their approach by expanding the size of the trocar, which they're hesitant to do and has been very well correlated with hernia mesh or hernia issues for the patient. Now, Clarify and Plasmatica are devices that clean the scope, but you still have to stop the procedure, remove the scope, disengage the robot, and then clean it and put it back in. But that being said, Clarify was sold to Medtronic for $115 million about 5 years ago, and they enjoy revenues of $100 million every year. So I'm Sharad Joshi. I've been in medtech for 35 years. I've been a CEO in the medtech space, largely in surgery, for the last 25. We definitely benefit from our relationship with Biotech, which is a wonderful medtech innovator in Houston, Texas. They have a booth here today, and our device is actually being demonstrated there. We also have Dr. Wayne Pohl, who's the former CEO of FlowShield, and in the field, we have two sales leaders, Victor Vazzo and Craig Ingram. Now, this technology was invented by Dr. Brian Burt, a thoracic surgeon, and Drs. Ashok Gouda and Billy Cohn, another serial inventor. They have each been responsible for multiple exits exceeding $100 million, including Visualase to Medtronic in 2014. John Fickthorne of Medtech Ventures and myself round out the current board. Medtech Ventures is a venture firm, and they have partnered with Biotech to accelerate many medical devices to market, including ours. Medtech Ventures has invested in our Series A and will be follow-on investors for our Series B. So in our Series B, we're raising about $10 million in a priced round, and it's really all about commercial rollout. To drive commercial sales of our 10-millimeter device, launch our 5-millimeter device later this summer, as well as creating bespoke robotic versions for a wide variety of robotic companies that are out there. We'll also continue to build upon our intellectual property and continue to innovate, and this money gets Bayou Surgical to break even and beyond. Now, this is an extremely active field. There are many partnership and exit opportunities for Bayou Surgical. Some are in the robotic space, some are in the laparoscopic space, some of them are in both or seeking the other. So we've spoken to most of the people that are on the screen, and we continue to keep them abreast of our progress. So in summary, Bayou Surgical is an FDA-cleared device. We won't need any more clearances to expand into the 5-millimeter market. We're expanding revenue in the United States. We have a really strong revenue and margin forecast. We have strong clinical and economic value for the operating room, and really good IP and experienced team with multiple exits. And we have many exit opportunities. Once again, this is the last money in for break even and beyond. I'm Sharad Joshi, and I look forward to seeing you.